Yo, I'm here with Big L, LJ Bryan, DMV's finest, former Morehead State star in my eyes. But LJ, we just gonna get started here, man. What was the team name, the league you were playing in the country that you just finished up in?
The league name was Liga Betclic in Portugal, and I played for Vitória Sports Club.
Victoria Sports Club.
Vitória, like victory.
Okay, Victoria Sports Club in Portugal. Sound chills, my guy.
Vitória.
Victoria. Got you, bruh. How did you feel about the process of getting signed to an agent and then, having to wait for the contract to finally go play? Like, how was that process for you?
I kind of liked it because it was pretty simple. As soon as we got in touch with an agent, he kind of handled everything for me, and all I really had to do was work out and wait. So it was kind of low stress, and I just had to sit back and trust that things would happen.
Okay, like how long did that take? Like typically it takes like 2 months, a whole summer, and you just playing that waiting game. How long was your process about?
Yeah, I probably signed with my agent in late May and found somewhere around mid-July.
Oh, that's pretty quick.
So, yeah, a couple months.
That's good. And then when you finally like head out to Portugal?
I left for Portugal mid-August, August 15th.
August 15th.
So it all happened pretty fast.
Oh, that is good. That's actually good. So you had a low stress situation. I ain't gonna lie. Like, sound like you had a good deal this one. Give me your favorite experience from this past season. It can be on the court, off the court, whatever. What's your favorite experience from Portugal?
Favorite experience? On the court, I would say we beat the top team in our league by 20 at home. We played Benfica. You probably hear about that name a lot in soccer, but it's top Portugal. And
That's tough.
we shocked them. We came out tough. We came out hard. Everybody played hard. And we won by 20.
That's
and
tough.
off the court, I would probably say just exploring the cities with my teammates. Because there's a lot of good places to see.
So seeing the cities, like you embrace the culture of the Portuguese. Well, you feel like
Yeah.
what was like the biggest adjustments while you was out there? Compared to being an American college basketball athlete and then getting your degree, being in school, to going out and being a pro all day long in a whole different country.
I feel like I'm a pretty adaptable person, but overall, for me, the most difficult thing is not being able to talk to everybody because of the language barrier. So sometimes you want to say something to somebody or want to ask a question, and sometimes you just might swallow the question and not say anything because you're not sure if you can talk to them, or you'll try to talk to them and you can only get so far through a conversation. So it's kind of isolating sometimes because you can't always take part in conversations even when you want to.
I see what you're saying. So that was difficult a little bit. Like, dang man, I'm trying to say what's up, and I can't even say nothing. Like you ain't gonna know what I'm talking about, and I ain't gonna know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, that's actually an interesting one, I think. Especially a person like you, yeah, I do feel like you're a good communicator, so it's like, being inhibited in that sense does throw you off a little bit. I feel that. I got another good one. Take your time try to answer this one though. So what is something you learned as a pro or an adult, that you wish the younger LJ knew, especially going into this year or going forward in life?
Things that I learned as a pro that I wish younger me would know, or even that I would know last year, I would say that it's truly a business. I'm sure you know Brett better than anybody. I'm an extremely unselfish player, and I'm not saying that anybody should stray from how they play, but you're not honestly, you need to look out for yourself. And even though you're gonna have great teammates and you're gonna make a lot of good connections, at the end of the day, it is a business, and you need to wrap your mind around that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually completely agree with that. Me personally, I do feel like that was one of the biggest adjustments I had to make in learning and where I'm at now. Trying to help other people out. I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, you need to know that you're getting into business. You're not playing this, same basketball that you think you were playing when you were a kid, where it's just fun, loving sport, and you're just playing for the love of the game. It is a business. People are making a living off of it. Coaches are making a living off of it. Everybody involved is making a living and trying to keep the business growing and continuing forward. So, yeah, understanding that, I think, helps people do keep their love for the game, but, also helps you to put everything in its right place. So I do like that answer. My last one for you was that game that y'all won by 20. Was that also your personal best game, or did you have another event where you really felt great out there and you played an amazing game? Want to talk about that?
I think debatably it might be my best game. Some other people might say I had some other better games. I also played pretty good games. I played pretty good games versus most of the top teams in our league. But I like that one the most because everything came together. And my coach going out the whole week, he was saying how they had like the best big in the conference. And they're really tough. They had an ex-NBA player, Tony Douglas. They had all the money. So we were really the underdogs. And knowing that I was going up against one of the best players in our league, I knew to flip it up. And looking back on it, in the moment, I was kind of upset because I think that the refs gave him some calls, and he scored on me a good amount of times. But I also held my own, and I was able to just play well all throughout the board, not just scoring, but defensively, hitting threes, and just making the right play. Like, I remember going down the stretch, it was the start of the fourth quarter. The big man I was talking about, he had 3 fouls. Start of the fourth quarter, we were up by about 10, but there's still a lot of time left, and he got the ball in transition, almost traveled, and I set my feet, took a charge, and my eyes, that's a game changer. Even though I didn't score a point, I didn't get a block shot, but he gave him his 4th foul, and it put us in a position to score on the other end and extend the lead.
Okay, no, that's tough. That is a big play. And that's what a lot of people be sleeping on, man. Like, winners make winning plays. Like, you hear this all the time. Like, that's a winning play. That's someone you want on your roster. Like, being able to, like, I'm going to sacrifice right here. Like, even if y'all do got it going offensively, I'm going to still get this stop and then win the matchup right here, help my team to pull out the tough game. So that sounds good to me. What else in that game was, like, something you really enjoyed? Was the environment like that? Was, like, going into the game, were you, like, fired up? You have a different ritual that day? Like, everything just came together once you started the game?
I feel like I approach most games the same, mental-wise, but once we got out there and we started hooping and we saw that we were hanging with them, I feel like everybody on our roster's mentality shifted and we just really stuck together. And to add to the point why I liked it even more, even though he did score on me a good amount of times, I like looking back at that games because I take a lot of pride in my defense, and that usually doesn't happen to me. But seeing him, he had good moves. He's a really good player, and I was also able, when watching film, to not only pat myself on the back and look at the good things that I did, but pat him on the back too, as an athlete. And I was able to take some of those moves and work on them for myself during the summer and incorporate them into my game as well.
That's tough, man. That's a good experience, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Playing against a dude like that, yeah. You definitely gonna learn some stuff, and being humble enough to apply, like, that's good, bro. What's one last thing you just want to say to any basketball fans, any of the youngins, anybody that's gonna see this? What's one thing you just want to say in terms of basketball or growth in life to leave off with?
One thing I would say, and it's also something that I'm learning myself recently is you should always fully commit to whatever you're doing. And if you want to go somewhere, bet on yourself. Because the only way you can make a good amount of progress doing things the way that you're doing. Like I was able to go Division I. I had a successful college career. But I don't think that over the course of my career, I was ever able to actually fully commit to myself, not just a team, but fully commit to bettering myself and worrying about what I need to do to get better every single day. Not making any excuses, not pointing any fingers, but just really buckling down and figuring out how can I get a little bit better every day. And I think that that's a real game changer.
I like that, man. Appreciate it, LJ. We're going to wrap that one up right there. Well spoken. We're going to slice this one up, see how it go. But, yeah, bro. No, that's good, man.